When I got up to return serve, I acknowledged that they are going to get their aces. I wasn't going to worry about that. What I was going to worry about is if I did get my racket on it, what was I going to do with that shot? And the thing that I counted on time and time again was the faster the ball comes, the faster it's going to go back with less effort. Again, was the faster the ball comes, the faster it's going to go back with less effort. Another thing that's very important is, unlike other shots in tennis, you don't have to take a backswing on this. Unlike other shots in tennis, you don't have to take a backswing on this. The ball is coming generally with more pace, so what I used to like to do is the only backswing I took was the distance I could create with a simple hip turn. I pushed through the face of that ball and finished, but never felt like I was swinging on a return of serve. Same goes with the backhand. All I would do is turn my hips. My racket was far enough back. Never had to swing more than that. And I also recognized that because I don't have to do as much, for me it was only about rotating my hips, and my racket was plenty far back enough to use the pace and return the shot with interest. Rotating my hips, and my racket was plenty far back enough to use the pace and return the shot with interest. Second serve, I took a whole different mentality towards it. It was my goal and objective to make them worry about missing first serves. So when they hit a second serve that I was in position for, I would put a little bit more on it, take a little bit more of a risk, knowing that even if I missed it, I was leaving an impression on them and making them worried about the next time.
That is what an undisputed master of the service return has to say on this particular subject. But Kevin is apparently nobody's fool. He chooses to do just the opposite. During the return, Kevin's hips barely move. First, he throws his arms back as far as he possibly can, and then using his shoulder muscles only, he throws them forward into the swing. Kevin does exactly the same thing on his regular ground strokes. As a matter of fact, his returns and his ground strokes are so similar that it is almost impossible to tell them apart. Treating the return as just another ground stroke is a big mistake. Such an approach is a breeding ground for errors. The darn physics gets in a way, as always. People tend to forget that the arms are rather massive objects. They are not exactly feather-light, and as such, when moved rapidly, they will develop quite a momentum. Throwing the arms back and forth, as Kevin does, means creating this momentum, then extinguishing it, and then creating it again. All that requires a significant physical effort. To perform all these maneuvers in a hurry, and not to get sloppy, would be an extremely tall order, even for such a strong and fit individual as Kevin. That is why cutting down on the range of your movements during the return would be essential for increasing the return's consistency and its reliability. As for those of us who become smitten by the spectacular returns, such as this one,
beautiful return.
Putting such returns into their original context might help to provide a very simple explanation of their success.
That is impossible. Oh my goodness. That was off a 140-mile-an-hour serve. Look at this. This is unbelievable.
Has anyone ever done that to Roddick other than this guy? I think.
Oh my goodness. That was off a 140-mile-an-hour serve. Look at this. This is unbelievable.
Has anyone ever done that to Roddick other than this guy? I think.